The date is September 16th, 2022. Me and Diz find time in our busy lives to record more randomized goofiness for about 3 hours. But when booting up the game, the most unexpected happened. Screen. Go. Alright. What?
Put that. Uh-oh.
I'm sorry, what? What? Where did it go? What? What? Why did it what? My heart sank. All the time I put into this project, gone. Diz and I tried our hardest to figure out what happened, a way to save it, and just confirmed even harder that Fire Emblem 6 is a super buggy mess when randomized. But with all hope lost, I found out I made a save state at some point. I hope it's not too far back.
You have a save state from a week ago, so
I'm just gonna open it and just.
At that point,
I think
it's up
I
to
know
you.
exactly where it is.
At that point, it's up to you.
Oh my god. It's chapter fucking 3.
It's chapter 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, that's again, it's
chapter 3.
completely up to you if you want to just retry this entire, like, because that's basically the whole game.
That's like half the fucking game.
Like, half of what you've already played.
Chapter 3? I guess I have a choice to make, huh? Give up and end the project here and now. Or dig deep and fight back through 11 chapters back to where I was. I hope you guys enjoyed the video so far. I'm not going to ask for likes or for you to subscribe, just share the video around. Because I'm about to put in a whole day's worth of binding blade just to get back to where I was. So here's the rundown of how this is going to work. I'm going to try my best to keep things the way they were by the end of chapter 13. I can't make characters exactly the same as they were stat-wise, but I can hope RNG doesn't screw me over. And for dead characters, here's what I'm going to do. I've written down a list of every character that died, meaning I had to go back through the script and write them all down. I can use these characters up to and in the chapter they die in, and in that chapter I will do my best to get them killed. And if they were to somehow survive, it would just be benched for the rest of the playthrough. If I used an item to promote them, I will promote them and then kill them off or bench them as well. So for the best example is Lena will be promoted and then killed or benched after chapter 12, since that's when she originally died. So with all that in mind, I sat my chunky dumpy down and streamed the Binding Blade till I got back to chapter 14, or until my sanity while sitting for hours fails me. Spoiler alert, it failed me around chapter 12. I played for 7 hours straight, including more random game resets from chapter 11, then finished the rest the next day. Here are the final results of that struggle. Now some things are going to look different, and I might have used other characters more, knowing who I was going to lose going into and up to chapter 14. I'll put those characters side by side so you can see the stat differences. Now, Walt may have got used just a tiny bit more than normal since Lou was going to die. Call me a cheater, but I would have eventually discovered how cracked Walt was after Lou died anyways. Noah got used a little more going through this playthrough again, and he ended up being a little bit tankier than Lilina at times, and on top of that, Lilina actually ended up dying a couple chapters earlier than she was destined to. So I couldn't promote her, so I just didn't grab the Elyspian Whip on chapter 12 from the chest as an equalizer. And with all that aside, our squad backish to normal and together, we can finally travel to the Nevada desert. Hey, yo, fuck this map! This map combines 2 awful mechanics in one chapter: Fog of War and Desert Terrain. You've already seen Fog of War a couple times in map before, but when you pair that with a desert, a terrain that will immensely hinder your movement speed on every single unit unless they are a flyer, use a type of magic, or are a thief. You are probably moving 1 to 2 spaces a turn. So with movement speed extremely hindered, and when you need to go around the whole map and get like 6 or 7 hidden items shown on the map screen right now, it gets a little bit difficult. All these items can be picked up by random chance when a unit ends their turn in the area depicted on the map. But if we have a thief along with us, they are guaranteed to pick up every single item first try when you end your turn in the area. The main important items on the map that haven't been explained yet are the boots and the silver card. Boots give a unit 2 extra movements, which can be very useful later on certain characters that are slower, and the silver card, which halves the price of all items in a shop if the unit entering the shop has it in their inventory. Well, let's get this shit show over with. Fuck this. I fucking hate this map. At the beginning of the map, Cecilia and Sophia join the team. We've seen that Cecilia is a nomad already, and Sophia is a fighter. And because of the desert, her movement speed is absolutely dog shit. And remember the map I brought up? Remember that one thing up in the top right that had Sophia's face on it? Yeah, she's the only one that can go and stand there and pick up that item. And she's all the way over there in the middle of the map. Oh, I also forgot to mention, we need to beat this map in 20 turns to get the guidance chapter as well. Also, there's a couple mannequins and some sleep staffs that we can't see in the fog. That worked out really well for us last time. And speaking of sleep staffs, Cecilia is already put to sleep. And then Klein. And then Geese. It's been 3 turns. But luckily with the restore staff, we're able to at least wake up Geese, the more important of the 3 right now. I then warp Locke down to the bottom left part of the map, where he will sit and deal with about 10 to 12 enemy reinforcements and 2 boss characters. But he's got it, it's Locke. He's got like 28 defense with a slim sword, he'll be fine. Things are going slow, but they're also going smoothly until yet again I have another big brain play and put Geese in the front of the squad, where 4 Wyvern Knights could easily just run up out of the fog and beat his ass. And oh my god, do they beat his ass. No one's doubling here. No way. Yeah. Oh, devil! Oh, I was really hoping. Geese got Geese got doubled!
Geese is dead.
Fuck!
Oh, shit.
He got doubled by this dude with a silver lance? Nope, and I didn't get lucky with the devil X effect either. Oh. Fuck! Past me just expected him to live, I guess. Losing Geese on this specific chapter is awful. He's a main unit that could easily go and rescue anybody and bring them across the map if needed, who I was going to use to do that exact thing to pick up every single item in 20 turns. But now we gotta do it the even slower way. Yay! But after that misplay, everything goes pretty okay after that. Ellen's able to deal with the Mandakeets, being able to quad with Flux. Wolt can now double with the Ballista, so that's pretty pog champion if you say so. And Roy hit the level cap this chapter instead of, I don't know how many chapter goals it was, 2 or 3 in the original playthrough. Hey, well, fuck this map too. But you may be saying, what's so wrong with this map? I don't see any fog of war. I don't see any stupid ballistas. I don't see any desert tiles. What could possibly be awful about this map? Well, random stranger that's made it this far into this video, let me explain how these tiles in random chunks will randomly disappear, possibly stranding a unit in the middle of the water, leaving them for dead in a watery grave, or if they're lucky enough, they survive until the tiles come back so they can get their ass moving. There's so much stuff that could go wrong in this chapter. Ellen could get stuck on the water, a dancer could get stuck on the water, Wolt with a ballista could get stuck on the water. It could just all go wrong. But I really focus up and make sure everything goes okay. Until the game randomly soft locks again, a turn after I kill the boss, so I get to do the whole map over again. I wouldn't even be able to win right away anyways.
100 HP.
Ooh. That thing is
I got him!
beefy. It's also level 25.
I got him. He's fucking dead.
Alright. That's unfortunate. Alright, Ryan, and good luck. Can we get the path back? No. Oh.
Oh, thanks for the victory music.
Just Sue and Shin get both die. So that would show whether or not it counts.
Oh!
Did the game crash? Yes, the game crashed.
Why did it crash?
Great question. Reload.
What the fuck happened?
Try again.
I'm so tired of these soft locks, man! Why is Fire Emblem 6 so broken? But the second time through, it goes exactly the same way as the first time, with the same amount of focus put into it, and we acquire the next legendary weapon. Chapter 15 is way more tame compared to the last two chapters. It's a very simple wrap around a mountain and seize the castle. We are also able to recruit 2 new characters this map. Percival, who just flies down to us, making it real easy to recruit. And the other person is Garrett, who we would normally recruit with Lelina, but since she's dead, we're just gonna end up killing him. Hopefully he won't be too much of a problem. Missing a silver lions. Oh my god, I didn't even know this existed. He's holding a long ballista? Dude, could you imagine, like... Could you imagine, dude, if I would have got... Oh, wait, he can use that. Ooh. Yeah, that could be a real big problem. As it was shown on the screen, the long ballista has a range of 3 to 5. 5 more units than a regular ballista. And Garrett has a decent strength stat, meaning he could probably one-shot some of the squishier people in our army. But with the power of Tank Gang, aka Lot and Noah, we can easily push into Garrett while keeping all of our squishy units behind him until he's close enough for them to deal with him. I said something stupid here, but to be honest, I'm just gonna cut it and say Garrett died. The end. Then, just like what happens to the boss all the way back in Chapter 4, Walt shoots the boss from over the mountain, killing him pretty quickly. Lorem ends up capping on speed, so I decide to promote her this chapter, and we move on to Chapter 16. Chapter 16 can be a little bit difficult, with the 3 different characters you have to recruit, all the treasure available on the map, and a guiding chapter available as well. I'll talk about the condition a little bit later on. But first off, we need to recruit/pay Hugh the Thief to join the team. Zeiss is a cleric who Milady is needed. And then there's Douglas, the armor knight. Wait, he's actually an armor knight? How the fuck? This game's randomized, isn't it? But we aren't able to actually use Douglas until we get to the guiding chapter, which is a perfect segue to bring up the condition needed to even get to the guiding chapter. We need to keep Douglas alive. But Banana, that should be pretty easy. You just talk to him as someone and he'll join the squad, right? Wrong. Remember I said he won't join and fight us till Chapter 16X, the guiding chapter? That's literally because he will not fight for us in this chapter if we talk to him. He will attack us like a normal enemy soldier. He will fight us until we kill Narcian, the boss on the throne, and seize the map. He is so determined and prideful of his standing as a soldier. Oh, I almost forgot. We also get Faye to join us as well. She's a hero, who might get used in the future, but I don't really know. Faye's usually the Manakete or Dragon character that joins your squad through this normal playthrough. And she has the bonuses, because of her stone at level 1, to be able to fight most things this late into the game. But as a hero, that makes it really difficult for her. But let's get back on track with what needs to get done this chapter. Roy needs to get over to Hugh to pay for his services because Hugh has the membership card, which we need to enter secret shops that usually have some crazy good items in it, but are on a specific tile on a map that you can't just see like an armory on, which is why it's secret. And outside of him, the main issue is getting to Douglas. Zeiss will be pretty safe in the top left corner of the map behind a wall, so we don't gotta worry about him until later. But before I can even start dealing with Douglas, I forgot about a crucial detail on this map, and it cost me Gwendolyn's life. Oh, well. Oh, that's so bad. I forgot about the Purge Staff, the Purge Tome. I just lost the silver card. Oh, that sucks. I made a rookie mistake and forgot about the Purge Tome, which is like a ballista, but magical and only light magic. And what hurts even more about Gwendolyn dying is that she was holding the silver card, which I absolutely needed for secret shops in the future so I could have money. Oh, money's gonna be a real pain in the butt going forward, that's for sure. But back onto Douglas. What's the plan to deal with him? Well, looking at his stats, he has slow speed at 9, so he shouldn't be able to double most players, but he has a silver axe, which has the Brave effect, meaning if he gets out of control, he could easily start killing people one at a time. To try to start controlling Douglas and not have him move a ton, I end up trying to put him to sleep with Marcus. But at this point, you should understand that the start of Luck RNG for me has been really crap. So obviously we missed the first 2 attempts at sleep, but hit the 3rd one. Man, can I just have good RNG at the beginning of, like, a chapter, like, once? Like, please? Like, I'm not asking a lot, game. But with him asleep, it gives me more time to think of an actual plan to deal with him. Next was to get Roy to Hugh. I end up using the Warp Staff to teleport him across the map over to Hugh. Hugh joins if you pay for his services. Now, you could end up declining this 5 times to bring down his price from 10k to 5k, but that would also affect his base stats, and I don't really want to waste the 5 turns I put Douglas to sleep just to recruit Hugh, who I probably won't be using at all, except for being a normal thief. My initial plan with Douglas was to get everybody on the right side of the map up and around him and leave a wall of people in his way to deal with him while we go and complete the map. But with the amount of turns that are left on Douglas, I don't have time to do that, so I need to improvise my plan. Douglas only has a silver axe of 20 uses. Once those 20 uses are up, he'll have no weapon and he'll no longer be a threat. Meaning I can shove the tankiest guy I have on that side in front of Douglas and hope that he gets hit enough while surviving enough with a healer behind them to get rid of his weapon. And that's exactly what Noah is about to do. Ladies and gentlemen, watch the stupid Armor Knight fight as Douglas and Noah slowly beat each other up until Douglas literally can't fight anymore. Oh my god. Thank god there's no turn restriction on this map, because that took way longer than expected. I'm gonna be honest. Douglas only had a 59% hit rate against Noah, so basically every turn was a double coin flip, just for Noah to get hit, just so the use of the axe goes down, just so I can get to the end of the chapter and move on. For example of how many turns this took, Ellen's healing staff at the beginning of this fight had 23 uses. Now it only has 9. That lasted what? 14 turns? Oh man. But during that whole armor fight, Melody was able to go pick up her brother and say, "Hey, come on with us, man. Let's get going." Narcian only had an Eclipse Tome as well, so he just kind of used all that up, and now he's just a sitting duck for us to easily steal the blue gem from him for more money, and the Delphi Shield, which is an item that negates effective damage against flying units. That means they're not as scared of bows anymore. And once all the items are collected, we easily move on to the Gaiden chapter. Chapter 16X is potentially a hellish map. There are 3 to 4 mages with bolting tomes. The boss originally has a berserker staff, which renders a unit uncontrollable, and they can and will friendly fire if their sanity is not restored, but we don't have to worry about that since he's an archer. Random colorful bolts of magic will fall from the top of the tower to the bottom of the tower, and anybody in the direct line up and down hit by those will take about 10 damage. And it doesn't stop on just one person, it will literally go across the whole map and hit everybody within that line.
No shot.
Whoa!
Jesus! Excuse me!
What the hell? Oh, there it is!
The eclipse.
There it is, you see it?
What?
The fucking arrow.
The
Random arrow of death.
Arrow of death! Guess who's gonna die next?
Yeah, I literally almost shit my pants after that, if you couldn't tell from the clip. I also, if you saw, made the clip play out longer so you could actually see the rainbow arrow I was talking about more accurately. After that happened, me and Diz kind of came to the conclusion that the Bolting Tome also has the Eclipse effect. And doing some quick math now, that mage only would have done 25 damage to Lot, since his magic stat was 16, and the Bolting Tome adds 12, equaling 28, and Lot has 3 resistance. Besides Lot almost absolutely getting shit on by a Bolting Tome, the rest of the map was pretty easy thanks to our one true god Walt and our one true supreme god, the Ballista. Walt also got the boots so that he can move farther and be even more of an asshole to the enemy army. But now we've hit our second route split. Let me talk about how this route split works. The split determines if we go to Ilia or Sakai, and that has to do with the amount of experience Shauna, Thea, Sue, and Shin gained up to this point. If Shauna and Thea gained more experience than Sue and Shin, you go to Ilia, and vice versa, you go to Sakai. If all 4 characters die, I'm pretty sure it's random. Shauna died and Sue died. I killed the shit out of Shin, so that leaves Thea. So to Ilia we go! Chapter 17 is pretty straightforward. The only gimmick is that at some point the tide will recede, and a back path to the boss opens, but I don't use it, and neither does the enemy, so it's just kind of there. Also, the boss on this map is an archer with a ballista, but for some reason, he just changes into a paladin, like halfway through the map, or at some point. I really didn't notice when. Maybe I noticed during the recording footage, but it's not a different guy. He just said, fuck this randomizer, I am a paladin. The map, regardless of that, was easy peasy lemon squeezy, and we go on to the next chapter, and we find some snow! Chapter 18 has a few tricks up its sleeve that we can easily handle. This old lady named Neem is hired by the enemy to cast a big spell that will cause it to rain, flooding the rivers. But it backfires, and freezes the rivers instead, making it easier for us to get across the forest-dense landscape. We make it through that landscape and make it up to the boss. Ellen then hits a 24% hit on the boss, putting an end to his tyranny. We save Neem from the dungeon and keep pushing forward deeper into Ilia. You know, at this point, the squad's looking pretty solid. I'm probably going to eat those words later on. Oh yeah, it's Fire Emblem. The RNG will be against me at some point, like it hasn't already in the beginning of almost every single chapter. I don't think there's anything else that could possibly make the game stronger and the game easier. No, I can't think of anything that would make it easier. Anyways, moving on. Hey, guess what? It's another Fog of War map, except the Fog of War is a blizzard, and there's 4 ballistas in the fog that you can't hit. But with the help of Irene and a torch staff, and Hugh with a torch itself, we can easily deal with this blizzard. Also, if any actual audio that is paired up with this footage is used in this chapter, you won't hear any of Diz. He had to dip before I started playing this chapter. But I did catch him up either after I was done playing the chapter or before the next time we played. Neem joins the squad for this chapter and is a sniper, the promoted class of an archer. And I'll just let you see my reaction for what you're about to see. I don't know what she'll be, though. Oh. Oh my god! You know what's stronger than one ballista? 2 ballistas! Shit, I dropped my controller. Fuck. You know, I definitely could have guessed that a second ballista would have made this army even stronger. 2 ballistas just makes this game 2 times easier, man, dude. What are the chances I got a second ballista? This is nuts. Now, I'm gonna be completely honest right here, right now. If I didn't have even 1 ballista, this game would be played a lot more differently. It'd be a lot more harder. I understand that, but hey, we roll with the punches here on the Banana Smoothie 1 channel. Yes, sir! Walt easily deals with the first opening ballistas thanks to a little bit of torchlight, but it's going to take a little bit longer to deal with the ballistas in the back of the map, which are actually long ballistas. So hopefully no one dies. I gave Percival the Delphi shield so he doesn't have to care about the ballistas, and in combination with him, Lot and Noah, they lead the charge through this blizzard to get to the enemy boss. Also, one of these druids has a sleep staff, but I'm fucking ready for it this time, motherfucker. I got the restore staff on deck. Not this time, you stupid fucking sleep staff. No! From the villages on this map, we acquire an air caliber tome, a magic tome strong against flying units, and an energy drop, which increases the strength or magic power of any unit by 2. We make it through this blizzard pretty easy peasy, and we get to the boss, who is a Wyvern Lord. Oh no. She's a Wyvern Lord? Oh, this poor soul could absolutely get destroyed by Walt, the Ballista God. But I gave it to Ellen instead because Walt's eaten enough experience murdering thousands in his path. With the boss dead, we hurry to the capital of Ilia for Chapter 20. Chapter 20 is a bit of a doozy. With how it's set up, there are civilians imprisoned inside the castle along with Juno, the last of the Pegasus sisters, who is a great lord. And close to them in range is a killer ballista that will most likely one-shot any civilian. And on top of that, it's a guidance chapter. Diz, take it away.
Ilia's salvation.
Yep.
Alright! Yeah, you gotta 25 turns.
25 turns. Okay.
25 turns and keep Juno and Zelda alive.
Wait, who's Zelda? Uh-oh.
I have no clue.
Uh-oh. Who's Zelda?
But, keep him alive.
Uh-oh!
Is he dead?
That was Gerald.
It was Gerald?
That was Gerald.
Where is he?
Dead. He died in Chapter 9!
What? Shit! That's not good. Was he the guy that you killed?
He was the guy that went into the fog and got killed by poison.
No! He was supposed to be alive!
Bullshit! I've never gotten this far in the game before.
He had to stay alive the whole time!
Shit! I wasn't lying when I said I never played Binding Blade this far before. The first time I played, I got to Ilia and stopped because I was burned out on Fire Emblem. But, to the more important issue, I can't get the true ending anymore. Without my knowledge, and the comment section most likely yelling at me since his death, I can't do what I set out to do and truly beat Binding Blade. I wasn't bummed out in the moment, as you could tell. I was laughing my ass off, but writing this part, I feel kind of sad. Like I set this big goal and this grand hurrah, and it's gonna get cut short due to my ignorance and carelessness with a single character. Well, if we can't cut down Idun, we can still cut down Zephyr. With the badass army of goons rallied together so far, fuck you, shitty feelings, I'm gonna kill the King of Burn. Alright, back on track. First, we gotta deal with that killer ballista, which Walt can easily do, but that does put him in a spot where we can't get a ton of use out of him until a couple turns later. There's also a ton of treasure and loot we can steal from some of the enemies on the map as well, so keeping Hugh safe is a #1 priority right now, and he's been put to sleep by the sleep staff. Are we done with the sleep staffs? Can we please be done with the sleep staffs? Walt makes it back around to deal with one of the druids, and then I misplay here and have Walt deal with the ballista on the right instead of killing anything else more threatening. Because right now, the only two tanky characters I have in that bigger group is Noah and Percival. And there's definitely a giant threat along with all the dudes coming out of that corridor, being the druid with the flux tome. There's also a purge tome down there, which could easily snipe someone. And there's 2 armor slayers, which could easily kill Noah. Also, this is even as close to difficult as it is because I really want the red gem the druid has. I really need money. Here's what I decided to go with and how it went down. I used Ellen to easily deal with the hero in front. I then take 20 years calculating Noah's health versus 2 armor slayers and a flux tome. Then decide with Percival to give him a javelin to kill the fighter. Next is another 20 minutes of calculating Noah's health to death ratio. I then send Marcus to chip one of the armor slayer dudes. I then make a bold play by sending Noah in to hopefully crit and kill one of the armor slayers. This could be a great play and things are a little more tame moving forward. Or things could easily snowball out of control and people could start dying very, very quickly. Good luck, Noah. Salutes to you.
It's like, the only way you get through this
I have to crit
without...
this guy.
You have to crit.
I have to crit this guy, because then I can put Roy behind a hand axe this guy.
You can just...
I have to crit this guy.
Ooh, that's a lot of faith.
I know.
That's a lot of faith you have to put into
I
it.
have to.
Are you talking about the first hit has to crit? Or the
Yeah, no,
just
the
in general?
first hit has to crit.
If he doesn't crit, he's just gonna die.
Because otherwise I'm taking 22 damage, and then Noah's gonna get hit by 2 magical attacks with only 5 resistance versus magic.
What do you mean you're taking 22?
Because here, so you see, so if you see on the chart, it has HP, might, hit, and crit.
Yeah.
You see the floating times 2?
Yeah, you would take...
I would get hit once.
But would it attack back to back? Because you attack first?
It would attack back to back because the Armor Slayer has the random effect of a Brave Weapon, and a Brave Weapon allows you to counterattack twice before the unit can counterattack a second time.
He'll attack first, but after
he will then I would either have to crit him or dodge 2 62s.
I mean, they're both about the same odds. You have slightly higher than...
If I crit him, Noah might
chance,
live. Noah still might die from this, though. Which would suck, but I guess I have Douglas.
If you crit him, your chances of living
increase
rise exponentially.
Yeah.
So...
Yes!
He crits!
Let's go, Noah!
What a god!
He still might die.
He still might die, but he fucking crit. What a guy!
Thank God, RNGesus, that Noah crit that Armor Slayer. He could still easily die here, though. I then send Roy in to deal with the last Armor Slayer, and it all comes down to the Druid. Does he prioritize the Sleep Staff? Or the kill? He did prioritize sleep, let's go. Or no, that's the other one, I think.
That's the other one. He's gonna die.
Okay, that's fine. He can die. Okay,
okay,
that's bad. Juno actually fell asleep. Oh, the Armor Knight moved!
This is actually good. This is potentially very good.
Marcus has to live too, though.
Yeah, it'd be ideal that Marcus lives.
Okay, that's whatever.
Oh,
whatever.
Okay,
Lance is chilling. No! Ah, fuck.
Ah, shit.
Well, that's gonna make it harder to get everything. Oh, he ran away and sleeped!
He
You coward!
Kill his ass.
I need to steal his redstone.
Well...
That's fine, I can just wake him up. That's the best outcome. How much would this did? Yep, 17. Oh, it's a 50. Okay, awesome. Everything worked out. I then pushed Marcus in forward to bait out the druid closer so I could steal the red gem, but Marcus has an epiphany and decides we don't need a red gem, and crit kills the druid, making that whole last situation way more stressful than it needed to be, and pointless! The rest of the siege after that goes pretty smoothly. We save Juno and the civilians. Hugh gets berserked, but doesn't do enough damage to kill anyone, and is restored the next turn anyways. Steal the other red gem from the boss before Lauren murders him. And then all the feelings hit me at once after the chapter is beaten that I missed the next guiding chapter, and thus the true ending of the game. Chapter 21, here we come. Chapter 21 is a humongous battle. There are tons of reinforcements, and we get to bring up to 18 different characters this chapter alone. The most in any chapter so far. We also get the +1 in Yoder, who joins us at the beginning of the map as a swordmaster with decent stance. Is that an infinite use rune sword? Huh. That's pretty good. The rune sword is basically Nosferatu, the dark tome, that upon damaging an enemy, you heal for the damage done, but it's a sword. So when I said there was a ton of enemy reinforcements, I may have been under-exaggerating a little bit. Look at this map right here on the screen right now. Look at all those different colors. Every single color is a different moment where enemy reinforcements spawn, and they can spawn there multiple different times. Reinforcements that spawn where green is will spawn for 3 turns, yellow will spawn for 3 turns, black will only do it once, light blue will only do it once, purple will do it for 3 turns. If we somehow make it to turn 30, 3 more druids will spawn on the red tiles. There's also a secret shop on this map, but it doesn't matter. We're literally 1 chapter off from the end of the game, and we really don't have the money for it. Oh, and this would be a condition chapter for the guidance chapter as well. We would need to beat it within 30 turns. They give you so many people on this chapter because you could so easily have half your army obliterated due to these reinforcements coming. Almost every turn, at every angle, you could easily get pinched, and it could just be game ending, honestly. Just to show you what's actually going to be dealt with, here is the clip of the first enemy phase, just so you can see how many units are coming our way. Oh. Hi. Everybody's on the move. Whoa!
Oh!
Hell hath spawned!
Jesus Christ!
Hell hath risen!
What happened to the floor?
The floor is lava, the floor is lava! Oh, we're okay now. Huh. I kind of forgot that the floor just turns red on the first enemy phase. I just put it in to show. But, yeah, look at all that we have to deal with. It's not good. And it doesn't look any better after the second enemy phase. Now, I'm definitely not in the best position I could ever possibly be, since the Wyvern Knights and Lord could just easily ignore the mountains. But with the double ballista, they're not as much of a threat on the side. It's more just keeping all the Paladins and Wyvern Knights to the south, so that everybody can make it through this big battle alive. So, the characters that are staying in the front to block off all the squishies in the back are ending up being Douglas, Percival, Noah, and Lorem, who has her defense maxed at 22, so she'll survive pretty decently, honestly. And then Walt and Lot do murder things with ballistas so that the Wyvern Knights don't get them. Oh, and Meme also helped because ballista trading. With everything I could have done to prep for this next turn and onslaught of characters, I end the turn and just sit and hope that the next enemy phase goes well. Alright, here we go! Sick. That's the only mage. 2! Crit him. Nice! It did kill. It would have killed if I gave him the energy ring. Son of a bitch. Crit him again. Woo!
Damn. Look at him go.
Damn, 1 energy ring off of just killing everybody in 1 shot here, almost.
He's just murdering.
If he murders 2 ham here, he has the potential to die. He's going crazy, though!
He's murdering 2 ham. He's...
Oh, okay, that's fine. He does
he's fine.
That one's
He's
okay.
Fine. Okay.
Another crit!
Don't crit.
Yeah!
Oh, okay. Crit him.
God, I love the animations on these games.
It's a good animation.
Defense, HP. Yes, awesome.
Defense, that works. Think.
Woo!
Death.
He lived on 1. I need to give him that fucking energy drop if I'm just gonna sit here. Oh shit!
Noah.
11? That did 11?
is he holding?
He's holding a silver bra. Never the devil effect. Oh my god! No!
That's why I didn't want him to crit. Because I felt like
he started critting like crazy, and I'm like, oh, he could fucking die.
I didn't. He literally just needed to hit that last guy one more time, just once.
Oh.
He just needed to hit him normally one time.
Yeah, just like said, Noah went absolutely to ham. And got perfect lethal by a Draco Lord. Ugh. But he went down swinging. He took down 6 other soldiers. Paladins, Draco Knights. He took all of them down with him. With his measly 14 strength. But he did it. We shed multiple tears for our boy Noah. He's been with us for a while. But he will sadly not be with us to the very end. We'll push on for you, Noah. Rest your soul. With 30 turns, I can take this chapter actually slower than you would expect. And I want to take it slow because of the multiple waves of reinforcements coming. I don't want to lose anybody else at this point. This is the last chapter before the finale, pretty much, since I got the bad ending. I also randomly just promote Chad, since we're towards the end of the game. I thought I might as well do it, have another magic user possibly, better healing. Now to deal with this next wave of enemy reinforcements. Walt and Ballistas deal with all the Draco Knights, specifically focusing down the Wyvern Lord, because he hits so hard. Halfway through this turn after the reinforcements spawn and move up, I realized I made a really stupid mistake. I rescued Ray so that he wouldn't die, but in so, I left Irene open and exposed to any enemy. And I don't go unpunished. She gets hit by a 38% hit, and then a 45% hit, and Irene is dead. That's 2 now in this chapter. But we keep pushing forward. We deal with the next wave of reinforcements that come, which were luckily just Wyvern Knights, so Ballista Town can just deal with them. And then a few turns after that, Gale spawns in the mountain above the village with a gang of Wyvern Knights, putting Juno in a ton of danger. But what's more dangerous are the same turn reinforcements from the south.
Dude.
Oh, same turn reinforcements.
You have to recruit them. You have to recruit them both and then keep them alive.
They're not even attacking Juno! Oh!
Tate's dead!
Man, Oh boy, same turn reinforcements!
Oh boy, I sure do love that.
Oh boy! They're my favorite! I love same turn reinforcements.
This is amazing! There's 44 fucking reinforcements on this goddamn map!
Thank God this is the only Fire Emblem game that I know of and have played that has same turn reinforcements. Ah, there goes our second answer of the playthrough. God damn it. And it was perfect lethal too! She had exactly 29 hit points, and the Wyvern Lord did exactly 29 points of damage with the Silver Lance and the stupid devil effect in proc. Diaz falls to the ground, her musical prowess silenced for the rest of time. Also, Juno is surrounded by the reinforcements that came with Gale. I have no idea how to explain this. They're just not attacking her. I have no idea how to explain this. Can somebody explain it in the comments? Why aren't they attacking Juno? Does Gale have something for Juno? Like, I'm completely missing something here. With even more reinforcements spawning from the north, I need to beat this map quick so Juno and Ray end up staying alive. So here's what I plan to do. I give Lauren the Armor Slayer, and with poke from Walt, I send her in to deal with Murdoch. I then after that warp Roy onto the throne, and after one last goofy look of what's going on with Juno down around that village, it still boggles me right now. We seize the throne and move on to Chapter 21X. The last, or what would have been, the last Gaiden chapter we needed. There is a lot of bullcrap going on in Chapter 21X. There's Fog of War, everyone's favorite, obviously. There's fire traps you can't see until you end your turn on it. Random arrow traps that hit you if you end your turn on specific tiles. And all those chests randomly have an elixir in it or a whole mana kit. The fire traps do a flat 10 damage. And the arrow traps do 10 damage unless you have more than 10 defense. Then they don't do any damage at all. And we can easily avoid the chests so we don't have to worry about selling mana kits unless we want to test our luck. From just a simple look on the wiki, this map looks absolutely awful. But nothing crazy happens. I give Lorem the energy ring I got in chapter 19 and Ellen the speed wing from chapter 20. Then, slowly and steadily, we get through this chapter with our torch-wielding thief and double ballistas. Roy, at the end of this chapter, finally promotes into a big boy berserker, and we move on to the final chapter of the Binding Blade. Don't worry about that. Roy's fine. The game's fine. I hope. Move on. Here we are. At the end of the road. With only one obstacle left in our way. To a land of peace. All that's left is to end Sophie's life here and now. And the war will end. I load everybody up with the best equipment they can have. Legendary weapons for those who can use them. Powerful relics, sleep staffs, berserk staffs, killer weapons, brave weapons, in name or effect. This is the final squad we bring to end this war. Here's what they look like. Let's do this shit! 76!
Alright, Roy!
Do it, Roy! Yo, he didn't even hit the crit! He hit the... Yes! He hit the 34!
He hit the 34 regularly. He didn't even crit him.
He said, nah.
He said, fuck that shit.
Hey everyone, it's BisMix here at the end of editing the video. I just want to say thank you for watching the whole video if you did, and an even bigger thanks if you watched the trailer in both parts. I put a lot of time into them and really enjoyed making this project. Shoutouts to Dizzy, my co-host, who was there mainly for dramatic moments and stuff within the video. Maybe I'll make an uncut, well, not uncut, god no, not uncut, that'd be a lot of hours. Maybe like a montage of funny moments maybe in the future. Shout out to my friend MapleSirYup. He was there a couple times because he was bored. Nobody else was online. Shout out to the two people who inspired me to make this video, make this series to begin with. SpeedyHawk and BisMix. They mainly collab on Speedy's channel, playing through Fire Emblem games, and I just felt inspired to do the same, but put my own twist on it, kind of try some stuff like that. So all four of those dudes will be in the description. As I rub my knees from underneath the desk, you can't see it though. What am I doing? But if you've watched all of them and you've made it to the end of the video, make sure to lick the thumbs up button and scribble the subscribe button. It really helps out, and more importantly, just kind of share the video around. That's more important, because if the video gains a lot of traction, it makes me happy seeing people interested in the video, may it be for a minute or 50 twice. I'm rambling at this point. Thanks everyone so much for watching. Expect more in the future. I'm still trying to figure out what I really enjoy doing content-wise again. So expect random stuff inconsistently. Exactly what YouTube wants out of its creators. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks again.